Hello my dear champions, how are you all? Welcome to day 9 of 99% in 99 days for grade 10 mathematics series. Okay, I am Ankit Sir welcoming you to our platform Diksha Vedanta Foundation. Okay, in this particular session we already have discussed real numbers. We have given test on the real numbers. Today we're going to talk about the last conceptual part of the polynomials. Okay, so we have covered the two sessions in the polynomials. Today's session will be in detail discussion of what the relationship of zeros, okay, with the coefficient of the quadratic polynomial. Okay, the cubic part is not there in your syllabus, but I've taken one question from the exemplar just to see how the problems, if it is in cubic, comes. Okay, because it's not in the portion, so the boards will not ask it, but maybe in your other examinations, or if you want to give something else for examinations, you should have this concept with you. So I've taken only one MCQ on that. Okay, so apart from that, everything is based upon only quadratic polynomial. Okay, this whole topic is based upon only quadratic polynomial. Earlier it was there for cubic also, but now as per the recent syllabus of yours for the grade 10 CBSE, this part has been cut off. Okay, so we'll not talk about that. So let's see how it's going to be. I hope you're prepared. Please take your pen and paper out. Okay, so let's see. The first thing coming up, okay, is what is the chapter plan. Okay, so we have covered all the sections of this, right? We have talked about definitions. In the first session we talked about what is the zero of a polynomial. We also talked about in detail types of polynomial. Okay, then we did a session on only a graphical method. Some questions comes from there, so that's why we have done that. And the most important part is going to be covered in today's session, which is what the relationship between zeros and the coefficient of the quadratic polynomial. Okay, now again, for this you can have marks also if you want to know how many marks can be expected from here. So you can I cannot say how many marks expected from here, but I can say what type of questions can come from here, because the weightage is not for chapter wise, it's for the unit wise. So total number of marks coming from the unit of algebra is 20. Okay, so maybe more than 5, more than 6 also can come from here. So please check here. MCQ you can expect on this particular section, relationship between zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. You can expect what MCQ type of question, 2 marker, 3 marker, and even on the case study. So all type of categories of the questions are present over here. MCQ 2 marker, 3 marker, and 4 marker. Okay, so makes it very important topic, can be asked anywhere. Okay, and it has been asked anywhere. So we'll see. I have taken some PYQs also. We'll talk about that. So what kind of questions you can expect? They're going to be very, very simple. It's not difficult to score marks in this. Just have a look with me. Okay, now relationship between zeros and the coefficient, as the topic suggests. So what type of polynomial I said in the beginning only? I said we'll talk about only quadratic polynomial. So let me write the standard form of quadratic polynomial. Of what? Of quadratic polynomial. Okay, it'll look like this. If you remember, px equals to ax square. It'll look like this. Okay, ax square plus bx plus c. You know what is abc? ABC are the constant values, where a is called what? A is what? Coefficient of the quadratic term, or x square I can write, whereas b is the coefficient of what? The linear term, or I can write it as simply coefficient of x. Okay, and what is c? C is the constant term. C is the constant term. So you know what is ABC? The coefficients which are given like that. Okay, now the relationship goes like this. We have only two but very important relations. What is it? Sum of zeros. Sum of zeros. We have talked about this in the types of zeros category when we were talking about definitions and the chapter session number 1 for the polynomial, that for a quadratic polynomial there can exist maximum of what? 2 zeros. There cannot be 2 values, but only 2 such values of x where the polynomial will be what? Equal to 0. Means if you put x by that 2 values, the polynomial px will become what? Equal to 0. So the sum of zeros. So what are, let's call this polynomial, this 2 zeros to be what for this condition? Alpha and beta. What is alpha and beta? Alpha and beta, as written over here, I'll add a little bigger. So alpha and beta are what? let's assume it to be r zeros. Means what? Means that if I replace this x by alpha, this whole thing will become 0, and if I replace this whole thing by this x by beta, again whole thing, the px will become equal to 0. That's the meaning of the 0 of a polynomial. Sum of the 0 will be given by what? Add them, alpha plus beta, and what is this equals to? Minus b by a. Minus b by a. Where is what is b? Coefficient of x square, sorry, coefficient of x upon the coefficient of x square. B is what? Over here, no? Coefficient of x, right? What about the second condition? What is it? Product of zeros. Product of zeros. How much is that? Alpha times beta. This is going to be what, bacha? C by a. What is c? C is the constant term, okay, and a is the coefficient of x square or the quadratic term, okay. So this is clear, this much is clear. So we're going to use these relations only to solve all the questions, so be careful with that. Now very important to know both the conditions. Now if there can be condition where the sum, I can write the sum as the letter s or alpha plus beta, okay, and the product can be written as p or alpha times beta is already given in the question. So instead of giving you the polynomial, quadratic polynomial, they have given the sum and the product, and they have asked you to do what? Find the quadratic polynomial. Then what is the condition? The standard form for that is also known. You write it like this: x square minus sum times of x plus the product. X square minus sum times of x plus the product. Please check. So x square, what is sum? Alpha plus beta. What's product? Alpha times beta. This is my standard form to use when you are asked to find what? The quadratic polynomial, given that, provided that sum and the product of the roots are or zeros are known. Please check. So you have to remember two things over here: standard form, okay, from there what is ABC. Second thing is, sorry, this is first thing only, the sum of the zeros and product of zero formulas, and second thing is this standard condition, where you have to, by giving the sum of the roots and product of the roots, they can ask you to find the quadratic polynomial. Okay, moving on. So please have a look. I hope this is visible. Okay, now moving on. This first question, MCQ, asked in CBSE 2023. Okay, this can be any exam. This is not limited to the boards only. They have complementary examinations, supplementary examinations. There also they can ask, or different examinations that they conduct. They keep asking this kind of questions. Okay, so please check the sum of zeros of polynomial root 2x square minus 17. Okay, so first of all, to get the sum means what? Alpha plus beta. For that we know the formula is what? Minus b by a. Minus b by a, correct? But for that I need what? Standard form. Please check. Ax square plus bx plus c. Write it here. Okay, write it here. I have root 2 x square, no problem. 17 is a constant, so minus 17. What about b term? What about the linear term? Not there. So write it here as 0 times of x. What is 0 times of x? 0 only, right? So nothing is there means 0 is there. So 0x, okay. So what is the b value in this case? B value is 0. A value is root 2 and c value is minus 17, not root, forgive me, minus 17. In this case, you can write the sum as what? The formula is minus b by a, simply 0 by something. Answer is what? 0. Option number C. Option number C. Okay, moving on to question number 2. Very simple question, nothing was there. Now this question I was talking about from exemplar, cubic function is there. Okay, so I'll give you something information over here, additional information. Product of, not 2, all the zeros of cubic function. So this is additional information. Okay, something extra. Product again, and this is extra bacha. Alright, so product extra, what I want you to know. So from my side it is mandatory, but it is extra from the syllabus portion. Product of zeros of what? cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial. What is it? You'll have how many zeros? 3 zeros. So let's say alpha, beta and gamma. Alpha, beta and gamma. Okay. So what is going to be this result? So simply minus c by a. Minus c by a. Okay. Now please see what is the minus c value in this case. C only. So I write it as minus c. What is the a value? Nothing is there. So 1. So minus c by 1. What is the answer? Minus c. So my required answer is minus c. But they have given one of the zeros. They have given one of the zero is what? Minus 1. It is how much? Minus 1. So I can write this as minus 1 times of beta times of gamma equals to minus c. I can take the minus 1 on this side. What I get? Beta times of gamma equals to what? Plus c. Because minus here and minus here will make positive. So plus c. So what are they asking us? Please check. Product of the two other zeros. So get beta plus gamma is what? C. Is this the answer? No sir. Answer is not this. Then we have to find the value of c in this case. How can we do that? So in the same thing, same the polynomial that they've given. Please check here. What they've given? Px equals to x cube plus ax square plus bx plus c. Put x as minus 1. Put x as minus 1. Put it here. What are you going to get? Minus 1 the cube plus a times of 1 because it is minus 1 the square, so positive only. And this will become what? B times of minus 1 and plus c. P of minus 1 will be what? 0. How come so? They have given here. Minus 1 is the 0 of the polynomial. It means what? It will make the polynomial 0 if you substitute it for x. Okay. This will become what? Minus 1 plus a minus b plus c. Bring everything over here except for c. You're going to get what? You're going to get plus 1 minus a plus b equals to c. So 1 plus b minus a. 1 plus b minus a. Anything like this? So 1, b also positive and a negative. So option number A, b1 is positive and a is negative. Why this is true? Because I'm getting the answer. Beta times gamma is c. What is c value? Please check here. C value is 1 and b positive. So 1 plus b minus a. 1 plus b minus a. So 1 plus b minus c, option number A. Correct? Yes. Correct answer? C is 1 plus b minus a. Have a look. What did I do? This is a standard result. Product of 0 equals to minus c by a for cubic function, for cubic polynomial. Okay. From there I get what? Minus c, because c is simply given as c in this case. Please check. Okay. And what is my 1? A is what? 1 here. Please check. A is 1 here. So 1. Alright. Now if you are worried about this, so how is this not a? If this is c, then how is this not a? C represents the constant term. If you want to write it here, c is the constant. And what is a? Coefficient of what? Cubic, right? So x cube. So a is the cubic term's coefficient and c is the constant term. What's the c in this case? C only. That's why I've written c as c. Minus sign is there and the coefficient of x cube is what? 1. That's why minus c by 1. Rest is what? Substituting x is minus 1, getting this result. So c equals to 1 minus b, 1 minus a plus b. Putting the value over here, getting the answer as option number A. Please have a look from the beginning. I hope this is visible. Moving on to question number 3. If 1 0 of the polynomial x square minus 3kx plus 4k be twice the other, then value of k is what? Value of k is what? Okay. चलिए करते हैं. They've given what? So 1 0, if it is alpha, is what? Twice the other. Means they're saying that alpha and beta is, let's say, 2 times of beta. One of the 0 is alpha, which is twice the other. Correct, right? So what's the sum going to be, picture? Alpha plus beta. How much is that? Please check. Formula from there, minus b by a. What is minus b? Minus 3k. Right here, minus 3k. So minus of minus 3k, because minus b is there, b is minus 3k. Please compare. B is minus 3k. So minus of minus 3k. What is a? 1 is multiplied here. So 1. What is the answer? Plus 3k. And what is that? Alpha is also 2 beta. So right here, 2 beta plus beta is equals to 3k. Means 3 beta equals to 3k means what? Beta equals to k. Beta equals to k. So this is the sum. What about the product? The product will look like this. Alpha times beta will be what? C by a. What is C bacha? C is 4k. Please have a look. C is 4k. Okay, so 4k by 1 again. What is alpha into beta? Same way I can write. So alpha is what? 2 beta. So let me replace it by 2 beta. 4k. How much is that? 2 times of beta square equals to 4k. We know beta is equals to k, right? Beta equals to k. So put it over here. 2 times of k square equals to 4k. Cancel this. 2 with 4 is 2, and you can write this as k square by k equals to 2. How much is the k value? K square by k is what? K. So k equals to 2. Option number B. Option number B. Now, so have a look. First I use the sum condition to get the b and k equal, and sorry, beta and k equal, and next I use what? Product condition for c by a to get what? K again alpha in terms of beta, then beta square as k square, getting k as 2. Okay. Now since you are watching this video, I have a very important announcement. Okay, very exciting announcement to make for you. Okay, for the event organized by Diksha Vedantu. Okay, so as we do every year, we are organizing a very important event. This is to benefit, this is to make sure that you are able to make the right decision. So what is it? It's a DSAT. Okay, it's called Diksha Scholastic Aptitude Test. What you can do about this is, you have to check the link given in the description. Go here, fill the forms, get in touch with our team. Okay, this will help you understand what? Make the right career choice. Okay, how it can make you help you make the right career choice. So this is a very uniquely combined aptitude and scholarship test. Okay, so aptitude, because of the aptitude test, what happens is we will be able to assess where you stand in your preparation. Right now, being a student, you don't know whether you should take maths or whether you should take science. Then science, should we go with biology or just for chemistry and physics? So while writing this test, okay, you will be able to know and understand what you should do. Okay, and the counselors, our teachers, will help you understand your competency level for JEE, for NEET, and for KSAT. Okay, and based upon that, you can choose a right career path and work on that. What happens, bacha, in your young age, okay, you are worried about your academics right now. You are not too much. If I ask students right now, what are you gonna do after 10th, they'll not have any answer for that. Okay, so to have that answer, that's the program. Okay, so please use this benefit and get get ahead in your career. Make a right choice. Okay, I'll talk about this detail, what is the structure of DSAT at the end. Okay, so for now you can understand this is going to be a 3-hour session conducted at our at our one of the campuses. Diksha, you have to just visit that over the Sundays. 3-hour program is there. You have to take out time, so you have to do it only once. So please do this for yourself. This will be very helpful, I can guarantee that. Okay, so let me continue with the session. Let's get back to the questions, and I'll talk about the structure, how it works out at the end of the session. Okay, so moving on, question number 4. If alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial x square minus 4 root 3x plus 3, then find the value of alpha plus beta minus alpha beta. Okay, so they have given the zeros. I don't have to assume it alpha beta in this case. So let's do what? Find the sum. Alpha plus beta is what? Please check. Minus b by a, sir. If you are not sure, write the standard form: ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, so alpha plus beta will be what, bacha? Minus b by a. Please compare this. What is the b value? Minus 4 root 3. So minus of minus 4 root 3. What is a value? Simply 1, sir. What's the answer? 4 root 3. Because minus and minus will become positive. Okay, product alpha and beta, how much is that? C by a. You should know this formula, on your tongue. C by a. What is it? C is 3. Answer is 3. What are they asking? They're asking to find this condition. So sum of the roots, how much is that? 4 root 3. Okay, but the product, simply minus 3. This is my answer. This is my answer. Okay, 4 root 3 minus 3. Again, this question can be asked for 2 marks. Very simple question. 2 formulas you have to use for alpha plus beta and alpha into beta, and substitute that in the condition that we were asking. This is the condition that they asked. Sum minus product. 1 second. Very simple, extremely simple, right? Moving on to question number 5. Find a quadratic polynomial, the sum of whose zeros is 7 and their product is 12. I gave you the second condition, no, where the sum and product is given. What is the condition if you remember? X square, okay, minus sum times of x plus product, right? Okay, what is this? X square, what's the sum? Sum is 7, so 7x, product is 12, so plus 12. Now they're asking that find this, so let's call this polynomial to be what? Px. Call this polynomial to be Px, okay? Polynomial name is Px. Find the zeros of the polynomial, the second step. So to find the zeros, I have to find those values of x where the polynomial is becoming equal to 0. So how can I do that? By using factorization I can do. Please check, I can write it like this. Tree method I can use, split the middle term. So minus 3x minus 4x if I do, what's the sum? Sum of minus 3x and minus 4x, minus 7x, and the product is plus 12x square. Please check. Product of the first and last term. Product of the first and last term is 12x square. So product of these two is also 12x square, and the sum is what? Minus 7x. So condition is fulfilled. Why putting it 0? Because I'm looking for those values of x. I'm looking for those values of x which will make this polynomial equal to 0. That's what the definition of 0 is. Please take the common in the first two terms, common in the next two terms. Now over here in the given two terms I have what common? X minus 3. So please take x minus 3 common. What I have left here, bacha? X minus 4 equals to 0. What's the answer? Please check. If I put this, I'm going to get one value as x minus 3 equal to 0 means x equals to 3. Another one, x minus 4 equal to 0 means from here x equals to 4. X equals to 4. Both the answers are known over here. X equal to 3 and x equals to 4. Simple enough. Very simple question. Yes. Moving on to question number 6. If 2 by 3 and minus 3 are the zeros of the polynomial ax square plus 7x plus b, then find the values of a and b. Question. This is a good question. Okay. How do you solve it? One way to do it is put the value of x as 2 by 3. Okay. You'll get an equation in a and b. It'll be a linear equation. Same way you put x as minus 3. You'll get again equation in a and b and solve those two equations. Linear equation you can solve. But a smarter way to do it is use the concept that we learned right now. What is it? Use the sum of the root formula. What is the sum? If the let's say zeros are what? Alpha comma beta. Sum of the zeros will be what, bacha? Will be minus b by a. What is the alpha? 2 by 3. What's the beta? Minus 3. Minus 3. Okay. What's minus b? Please check here. Minus b is simply 7, right? No, b is not 7. B is minus 7. No. 1 second. If you compare with the standard formula, it is going to be 7 only. So minus 7 by, what is a? A is just a. A is just a. Okay. Now if you take the LCM over here, 2 by 3. So 2 minus 9 by, this is also what? Correct, no? 2 by 3 and minus 9 by 3 is what? Simply 3. 2 by 3 and minus 9 by 3 is what? Simply 3. So making equivalent fraction. Please check. What I'm getting over here? 2 minus 9 by 3 equals to minus 7 by a. How much is that, bacha? Compare it. 2 minus 9 is how much? Minus 7 by 3 equals to what? Minus 7 by a. Compare it. What's the a value? From here, simply 3, sir. So my a value is 3. A value is 3. I'll write it over here just to make sure my answer is visible to all of you. Next step. What is it? Find the b value. Find the product. Product will be what, bacha? Alpha times beta equals to what? C by a. What is C? B there. C is B, the constant. Okay, by a. Okay. So please understand this. C is B. That's why I've written like this. Okay. Now what is alpha into beta? So 2 by 3 times of minus 3. What is B? What is a value? 3, sir. Okay. So compare. I can cancel this 3 with 3. I can get what? Minus 2 equals to b by 3. So what is b equals to? Minus 6. How come, sir? Cross multiplication. Bring 3 over here. 3 into minus 2 is what? Minus 6. So my B value is what? My B value is coming as minus 6. Okay. They asked you for A and B value. Answer is what? 3 and minus 6. Please have a look. 3 and minus 6. Okay. Alright. A and B are 3 and minus 6. I hope this is visible. What did I do? Once we use the sum formula, other time we use the product formula. Moving on to question number 7, sir. Question number 7. Alright. So if alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial, okay, then find the value of this. Okay. Chaliye, let's write this. Let's write the standard form first. So ax square plus bx plus c. So a value is what? 4. B value is what? 3. And c value is what? 7. From here. What's given over this case? So if alpha and beta are the roots. So first of all, we'll write this condition over here. Please check. So 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. That's what they're asking us. Take the LCM. LCM of two unknown is what? Their product. LCM of two unknown is their product. 1 second, sir. Looks like 13. That's why I've written it again. So LCM of two unknown is their product. So alpha times beta. What about numerator? Making equivalent fraction. Beta is missing in this case. So right here beta. What about this? Alpha is missing. So what I'm getting? Alpha plus beta by alpha beta. Okay. Alpha plus beta is what? Minus b by a. Alpha into beta is what? C by a. A and a goes out. What's the answer? Minus b by c. What's minus b? B is 3, right? So minus 3. What is c? C is 7. So simply 7. What is my answer? So my final answer that they were asking for this condition, 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta is equal to what? Minus 3 by 7. My final answer. Please have a look. Okay. Sum is minus b by a. Product is what? C by a. I can cancel a and a. Okay. Minus b is what? Minus 3. And what is c? 7. Yes. Okay. Moving on to question number. I hope this is visible. Simple enough. The number of zeros of polynomial. Quadratic polynomial is given like this. Okay. Mean number of zeros they're asking. What's the zero? What's the meaning of this 0? It means such values are those values of x, for which polynomial px becomes equal to 0. Correct? Now please check. Or in this case fx is there, so I'll write it as fx. It's not px, sir. It is the polynomial given as fx is equals to 0. Now check the polynomial fx. Okay, let's do the analysis of this polynomial. Understand it. This is a positive number. Okay, and this is what? Square of something. This can be either 0 or positive. So how come 0? Put x as 2. You put x as 2, it will become 2 minus 2. Put x as 2, it will become 2 minus 2, 0. So it can be 0 or positive. Can it be negative? Never. So if you add 0, if I take 0 plus this positive number from here, what's the result? A positive number. Next case, if I take this positive over here, and this case also, the positive number over here, what is the answer? Again a positive number. Means whether you take 0 or positive case, the result is always what? This is always greater than 0, no? Because this is always positive, right? This whole thing is always positive. 4 is positive and this can maximum be 0. Least value of this can be 0. It cannot be negative because square is there. So 4 is added to any number which is least value is 0. It means what? It has to be always positive. Positive means what? Greater than 0. Then how can this fx will become equal to 0? Fx is always greater than 0. It means this will never become equal to 0 for whatever value of x. Whatever x I take, this can never become equal to 0. Because always it's greater than 0, no? It can never become equal to 0. For that reason, my final answer, no zeros exist for f of x. No 0 exists for f of x, because for whatever value I put for x, this fx will always be positive. Positive means what? Greater than 0. Then how can it be equal to 0? Understand? This fx is never equal to 0. That's why no 0 exists, no value of x exists which will make this equal to 0. Okay, chaliye. Last question of the day, I think. Find the value of k such that the polynomial x square minus k plus 6x plus 2 times of 2k minus 1 has sum of its zeros equal to half of their product. Okay, great question. Okay, I know you must have solved this question. You must have doubt also. People will have doubt, some will know it. Okay, let me just solve it quickly. What is it? Find the value of k such that the polynomial, let me write the polynomial bacha, x square minus k plus 6 times of x plus 2 times of 2k minus 1. Okay, they're saying that the sum of zeros are equal to half of the product. If I take zeros to be alpha beta, what are they saying? Alpha plus beta is equals to what? Half of alpha into beta. That's what they're saying, correct? What is alpha plus beta? Please tell me. Sir, minus b by a. What is this? Half of, sir, c by a. Yes. What is going to tell me here? Minus b by a is how much? Minus of this whole thing. So minus of k plus 6. A is how much? So 1. So I don't have to write, but I've written it anyway. 1 by 2 times of c by a. What is c by a? Sir, again the same thing. 2 times of 2k minus 1. Okay, from here. And whole thing divided by what? 1. Please check. 2 and 2 can be cancelled. Right? What I'm getting from here? Minus. Okay, minus of minus k by 6. No? So there's a minus sign over here again. Minus b, and b itself is negative. Minus b, and b is negative, minus k plus 6. So plus will become, so plus k plus 6 equals to 2k minus 1. Correct? Bring this over here and this k over there. 6 plus 1 equals to 2k minus k. So 7 equals to k. Is what they're asking. Find the value of k such that. So yes, this is your answer, bacha. This is your final answer. Okay, so good, great. So this is it. I hope this is visible. Please have a look. Yes, the answer is k equal to 7. So this is it for the session. So we have completed our all the concepts of polynomial. I hope I was able to clear all of your doubts. Okay, if you have any, please interact with me. Please comment. Please let your comments in the comment section. I'll answer all the comments. Okay, so I'll try to come up with solutions for all your queries. Okay, in the next session, as promised, as you know, we have the structure about we finish the chapters, but we want to solve more questions on it, right? We have to solve. What we are doing? We're preparing for examination, so we have to be habitual of solving questions. So I'll take another session. In that session, we'll talk about only solving questions. In the next session for the polynomial, we'll solve another just 10-15 questions, and then we'll move on to next chapter. Okay, so I hope you are prepared for all of this. Okay, it's going to be a long session. It's going to be a long series. We have to work out and solve all the questions, all possible questions that we can, PYQs, whether it is a very good conceptual question, we have to solve all of it. So please be prepared. If you're not joined us, join our channel. Okay, subscribe to our channel. Turn on your notification icon so that any regular videos which are coming, you will get it on our platform. Okay, so this is it for the session today. Keep working hard, keep smiling. I'll see you in the next session. For now, take care. Bye bye.